Look, nobody wakes up excited to face the impossible. You feel it, don't you? This creeping doubt that what used to work, what used to build fortunes, disrupt markets, change lives, might actually be on its last legs. Institutional venture capital, the engine that's powered startups, innovation, and massive wealth for decades, is faltering, and it's crushing the people it was supposed to serve. Founders stuck in endless pitch loops, investors searching for unicorns in a desert of sameness, professionals drowning in bureaucracy disguised as strategy. That fire you had, that hunger to break real ground, it's smothered by the weight of legacy systems built to protect themselves, not to empower you. Every day, you watch the promises of easy money, the stories of game-changing innovation, crumble against the brutal reality of gatekeepers who no longer bet on what's new or bold. They bet on what's safe, what's tried, what fits neatly into spreadsheets, avoiding risk like it's a plague. And every day, founders scramble, their visions diluted into templates, their dreams sold out to suit board-driven consensus. Investors repeat the same moves, chasing exits that feel recycled, suffocated by the same old models that reward the herd but ignore the outliers, the true creators and visionaries burning to change everything. This fire, this urgency inside you, it's growing restless because you see the cracks. You see that institutional venture capital is no longer an engine of creation. It's a fortress of stagnation. You aren't just frustrated because the money's getting harder to get. You're furious because the system you trusted is betraying you. You're trapped in a game designed for others, a game that demands compromise, demands you play by rules written in a past that's already dead. This is the moment where millions get stuck, silenced, or broken. But it doesn't have to be your fate. This is your chance to shatter that cycle, not by pleading for change, but by becoming the change, by turning away from the wreckage and building something nobody's even dreamed of yet. Here's the brutal truth. Institutional venture capital was never designed to serve the radical edge. It was designed to corral innovation, tame it, and package it neatly so old money could stay comfortable and privileged. The system pushes you to fit in so deeply that the moment you try to break free, you're cast out, labeled as risky, unstable, or worse, impossible. But the edge, that restless margin beyond what's accepted, that's where true progress roars. It's where founders defy the playbook, where investors see value in the unseen and unheard, where professionals stop following and start leading. The classic model rewards only what fits its narrow vision. It starves revolutionary ideas of oxygen, strangles yesterday's rebels with today's rules, and buries risk beneath layers of safe checks and marches. So many brilliant founders sit, not because they lack genius, but because the voices that matter, the big funds, the institutional giants, can't or won't understand the new languages these pioneers are speaking. You can feel it in the silence after a pitch, in the cold rejections that sting, not because your idea is bad, but because it's too alive, too raw, too unlike anything that's been done. The system is broken. That's obvious. But what if the only way forward is outside it altogether? You're starving for real connection, real partnerships that don't reduce you to a deal number or a metric on a slide deck. The world is flooded with noise, but what's missing is essence, the raw, unfiltered spark of collaboration that pushes limits, that forges new realities from chaos and doubt. Institutional venture capital failed to build this infrastructure, failed to build a home for the extraordinary, the misunderstood, the rare, the relentless. But here's the secret. The infrastructure you seek exists. It has to be built by those willing to refuse compromise, who burn hotter than the barrier that tries to contain them. Don't look for permission. Don't wait for a handshake or a nod from the gatekeepers. The system isn't closed, it's simply obsolete. Now is the time for a total break. A movement where founders, investors, builders, and thinkers find each other not by chance, but by blazing intent. A collective not defined by titles or borders, but by fire, conviction, and refusal to accept what is. Imagine a place where being misunderstood is a badge of honor, where every difference isn't a division, but a strength, where collaboration is brutal and honest, and every partnership is a force of nature. That is the new frontier. Forget scaling noise, forgetting echo chambers filled with generic advice. What's needed is clarity, alignment, and relentless focus on what actually moves the needle, on building connections so fierce they break the old molds and spark the new. This is not about leaking secrets or chasing hype. It's about creating a network where every member is sovereign, ruthlessly sovereign, and every alliance is built on shared fire, shared vision, and shared sacrifice. The only way upward is through relentless questioning. Question every assumption, every standard, every step you were told to follow. Burn the old maps, make the new ones with your own hands. This isn't about making venture capital easier or more comfortable. It's about making it real again, raw, dangerous. Real power doesn't come from aligning with complacency. It comes from ripping it down and rebuilding from the ashes, brick by brick, with those who refuse to settle for anything less than radical transformation. Be patient, because this is a long game. But it's a game where every moment you hesitate, every moment you doubt, someone else moves forward. Someone else unlocks the future that's your birthright. You are tired of playing small, tired of the system that tells you to be less, to fit or fail silently. You know that inside you, there is a world that's not waiting to be fixed, but waiting to be freed. Ready to stand with the few who burn, who refuse the easy path, who choose to embody change instead of begging for it. This is no place for the comfortable. This is a forge for the bold, for the sovereign thinkers and relentless doers who don't just want to survive but to reimagine everything. A space where misaligned brilliance finds its match, where the misunderstood become unstoppable. Hear this. You are not alone in this. The system forgot you, but you're not missing. You are essential. The future belongs not to the countless obeying the same tired rules, but to the few who dare shatter every one of them and build anew. This is a call to action, to stop waiting for the old guard to adapt and start becoming the new guard yourself. This is the moment where you take your power back, not by compromising, but by connecting with those who blaze their own trails, with those who understand that true freedom is the fire within, not a gift from others. You want to move past institutional failure? Then reject waiting rooms and pitch decks. Reject the middlemen who profit from your delay. Build a network so tightly woven with shared vision and brutal honesty that nothing can stop your rise. Find those who don't just believe in you when it's easy, but fuel your fire when it's hardest. Align with the rare sparks who won't settle for the herd's destination, but carve new paths in the wilderness. Institutional venture capital is not dead. It's a corpse you can step over because you're alive with something new, something fierce, something unbreakable. You are that force. Founders shaping the next frontier. Investors going beyond balance sheets to see the unmined potential. Leaders who refuse to bow to comfort and demand the extraordinary. This network, this movement, is the future. Not an evolution, but a revolution built by you, by us, the rare, the fierce, the relentless. The system offers comfort wrapped in chains. But you're here because you want fire. You want freedom. You want to build a future on your own terms. And it starts now. Align with the few. Burn brighter. Break through. Because the end of institutional venture capital, it's just the beginning of everything you were born to create.